The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
2 games, couple of overtimes, and a couple of dramatic victories for the Wisconsin Badgers this past week. Double overtime on Wednesday night as Wisconsin was able to outlast Iowa. Only 1 overtime needed on Saturday. What a game it was as the Badgers knocked off third-ranked Michigan 65-62. We'll recap the thrilling week with head coach Bo Ryan. We'll also tell you how Wisconsin is joining in the 75th anniversary of March Madness. It's all coming up on the Badger Sports Report.
Right in the second half. Bergeron feeds Brust, shovels it into a posting Decker at the right block. Kick out Bergeron, 3-ball straight away. Book it. Bergeron for 3. Jackson high on the right, 5 to shoot. Trey, left of the circle, whips to Brust. It's 3-ball straight away. He hit it with the shot clock winding down. Brusewitz hits a triple. Evans throwing to Decker for 3, right of the circle, right back at you. Sam Decker for 3. 55-52, Michigan, 6:13 remaining. Shot clock is down to 10. Trey Jackson crossing over, right of the lane, can't get loose. Bergeron on the dribble to the line, down the lane, spikes it, count it, and a foul! A ferocious flush from Jared Bergeron, and 1 with 31.9 to play. The Badgers are within 1. And looking, still looking, inbounds pass to Brust, across half court, he'll hoist one up, he hit it! Ben Brust for 3! Let's play 5 more minutes in Madison! Ben Brust from just beyond half court, that bad boy's gonna count, and we're going to overtime, tied at 60.
We talked in the timeout about the positions everyone was gonna be in. Mike was going over his check downs, and I went to the ball, got it, turned, got squared up, and I knew I had to get it off. So I wanted to at least give it a chance, and felt pretty good, and it went down.
Brusewitz holds and looks. Puts it on the deck, 15 to shoot. Now Ben Brust against LeVert. Deep 3, right side, got it! Ben Brust for 3, 65-62 Wisconsin. 39 seconds left in overtime. Timeout Michigan as Ben Brust with another hit. And the Badgers lead by 3. Now here's Burke with 10 seconds. Burke to the front court with 8. Burke high on the left. Now to the top. 5 seconds for 3 and the tie. Around and out. Tipped in the air. Pulled down Jackson. Wisconsin wins it. Badgers win it in overtime. 65-62. And it's a madhouse in Madison.
You think about this, it's probably gonna be like an instant classic game. You know, it's something it's pretty cool to think about. So, you know, it was a fun game, and we're just happy to survive with a win.
Down the lane, right hand, slam dunk. Sam Decker, wide open 3, left wing slash, jumper away, left side, got it to the rim, slam dunk. Rotates for Marshall, 3-ball right pocket, got it. He's up for Bergeron, down the lane, 2-hand throw down for Bergeron. Losing the 3 straight on, and straight in. Rise baseline to the rim on the reverse, it's good. That's still the roll.
The Badger Sports Report with Bo Ryan is brought to you by Zimbrick Buick GMC, Coca-Cola, Charter Communications, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, Adidas, and UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
These are the heavyweights, the visionaries, the A-listers. These are the people inventing the technologies and establishing the protocols for treatments that don't yet exist. This is who you turn to when no one else seems to have the answer. These are the world-class physicians, researchers, and healthcare professionals at UW Health and the University of Wisconsin. UW Health. Remarkable.
I know something about winning championships. And at Zimbrick Buick and GMC, you have one. Zimbrick Buick's tradition of customer care dates back to 1965.
And Zimbrick continues to provide each of our customers with high-quality personal service you can rely on.
I'm part of the Zimbrick, Buick, and GMC team, and you should be too.
What light does gets in your head. You can't avoid it. You can't escape it. Because what light does weighs on you. Do what light does in the 7.9-ounce Audi 05 Star.
When you buy Wisconsin dairy products, your hard-earned dollar brings you more than just the quality and great taste you know and love. It supports the dairy industry, which in turn reinvests that money back into your community, resulting in better public services, abundant recreation opportunities, and a beautiful place to call home. In all, dairy contributes $26.5 billion to Wisconsin's economy and eventually comes back to benefit you. To learn more, visit youtube.com/dairyimpactwisconsin.
Badgers on offense. Ryan Evans with a shot fake. Got McGarry up, a throw to Jackson. Open three, straight away. Good. Trayvon Jackson gives Wisconsin an 8-5 lead. Brust. Ben, right side. Floats it off to Decker. Open three, left side. Got it. Decker for three. 13-9 Wisconsin. 11:55 left in the half. Couple of good looks for Michigan, unable to convert. Jackson goes into Evans, low on the left. He's wide open, slam dunk. Evans slipped loose, low on the left.
All right. 41 years of doing this, I can't remember one like this.
All these hours, I love playing with you. 1, 2, 3.
Back at the Kohl Center, where the Wisconsin Badgers remain very much in the mix in a rather hotly contested Big Ten race. And the term hotly contested can be used really all season long, but especially this past week, Bo. But only one overtime, as we mentioned. You didn't need two against, but I mean, you can't view it this way. You don't have that luxury, but for the rest of us who just are fans and love it, it can't get much better just than the basketball, the tenacious play that fans have enjoyed watching from your guys.
Well, you know what? It's a great way to reward the fans. Was the place electric?
Oh.
And for the Iowa game, too, in the two overtimes. I mean, the fans help you win. That noise level and that support. And all our guys like to do is give back. So, you know, they're trying to thank the fans by playing well and getting one on the left-hand side.
They did. Talk about the Michigan game. Fans will remember the launch from Ben Brust at the end of regulation, as well as the three late in overtime. But before we get to that, the defensive effort, both from your guys, Michigan's the best shooting team in the league. And on Saturday, just 39%. You guys had to be doing a few things right, I would think, to cause that.
I really liked the way we were moving our feet. I thought we, for the most part, stuck true to our rules. But, boy, did they hit some tough shots. These guys can shoot. There's a reason they're the best, the highest efficiency rate. They have the highest efficiency rate in the country. Unfortunately, we got them to miss some. So that's a pretty good team. And I give our guys a lot of credit for staying true to our rules.
Yeah, Tim Hardaway hitting a huge shot, contested at the end of regulation. It seemed like Mike Bruswitz did everything right.
You got to give him all the credit in the world. Hardaway hit one of the toughest shots I've seen until Ben Brust had to top his ringer, you know, and hit the one that he hit. But, you know, and Burke is so good with the ball. He can control a game. And they have other players. McGarry is a lot better than he was earlier in the year, so they got the size. They got the shooters, Stauskas and Robinson and Hardaway. That's just a good ball team. So for us to get this one, it's definitely a feather in their cap.
For Ben to hit that shot from just beyond half court, this is something that you guys you work on. This isn't a draw in the dirt. I mean, the shot, maybe there's a little Hail Mary to it. You need that, but as Mike Lucas mentioned on the radio, you had your guy catching the ball moving
towards our basket. Yep. And, you know, fortunately, Trey cleared out some traffic. Mike hit him on. Mike Bruzowitz's pass was as pure as it could be. And everything just kind of fell into place. But it is something that we do run. It wasn't, like you said, drawn up in the dirt. I couldn't find any dirt.
Yeah, none to be had here. We talk about Michigan, the Iowa game, double overtime against a Hawkeyes team. And you have said it time and again, forget the record. That's a really good team.
They're as good a team. They're They've missed out on a couple situations at the end of games, like we all have, but it just seems that they've had some really tough breaks. Fran does a great job, and you know, they're a very good team. They're going to be, they still got some W's in them, I'm sure, before the season's out. But just take a look at Northwestern. Look at all the teams in the league. Period. There's a lot of teams that can beat you on any given night, which I know has been said, but it's definitely true in this league.
I'd probably say this anyway, given the schedule that you've had, and it's been a gauntlet. That's the Big Ten, I guess you could say. But now after the Saturday game, your guys, the next game is Thursday, and particularly after overtime games, if they could stay off their feet for a couple extra hours at this time, I would imagine that's pretty important.
Yeah, because we had 3 games in 6 days, we need to take, and the way the schedule falls, we needed to take 2 days. We could either take them together or stagger them a little bit differently, but we elected to do it this way simply because of the wear and tear over this past week.
Then you get, and the reward is you get to go to the barn up to Minneapolis. So
yeah.
Still nothing light in sight, and in fact there will be nothing light the rest of the way.
No, it's yeah. So that's who we play next, Minnesota.
That's what they tell me.
I
yes.
forgot to ask in the locker room. My assistants keep me posted after the game. But yeah, it's not going to get any easier. Not that this was easy. They're all tough. But you know what? Our guys enjoy playing in the Big Ten. I enjoy coaching in the Big Ten. This is a heck of a league.
Yeah, I've seen no signs of forfeits or anything. I think your guys are going to keep going out there every night. Coach will rejoin us in a few minutes for this week's Great Dane, Great Question of the Week. All that and more as the Badger Sports Report continues.
Where others saw lumber, we recognized a treasure. Where others saw the night, we chose the stars. Where others saw pieces, we unlocked the puzzle that could mean the end of paralysis and cancer. Since 1848, thinkers and achievers at Wisconsin have fearlessly sought ideas that transform the world. Keep on, Wisconsin. Keep on.
A high screen from Bielfeldt, picked up by Decker on the switch. A throw to Hardaway on the left side. Hardaway, the drive, left of the lane, shot sent back by Kaminsky and into the hands of Decker. Feeds Brust, a bounce for Decker, to the rim, layup good. Badgers in transition, now lead by 6. Now Bergeron, right point, bounce pass Brust. Brust right corner, 17 to shoot, he'll shovel it out to Jackson. Trayvon off a high screen, puts it on the deck, left of the lane, one pump, spins, upright block, good going glass. 62-60 Wisconsin, 3:45 left in overtime.
People were putting hats on me that I was like, where did this come from? Pretty cool hat too. It was awesome. Something I'll remember forever, and I'm sure a lot of people will. Then to be able to win the game in overtime makes it that much sweeter. Sweeter, that is. If we make that shot and we go to overtime and we lose, it's just kind of like, oh, nice shot, but we still lost. And at the end of this day, we're here to win, and we wanted to do that. So it's just happy to get a good team win, because we still know that there's a lot more games left to play in this Big Ten season, and we're right in the hunt still. So just got to stay after it.
You know, for us to go down by 3 with 2 seconds left, whatever it was, and then Ben to hit that shot, it's pretty special play there, and something that, like Ben said, we're probably never going to forget that. And
anytime you get a court rush, it's a pretty cool feeling. Coach Ryan actually put his arms up. He showed some emotion, which was odd. I've never really seen him do that. Every once in a while he'll bring it out, and that's when you know something big has happened. When he shows a little bit of emotion, it means you've done something pretty special.
We're right up towards the top of the standings right now. Obviously, there's a lot of basketball left to be played, but I think we've proven that we can beat anyone at any time. So when we play our game, I don't know if this was necessarily a perfect game by any means, but I mean, we do enough things to find a way to win. This team is we got a bunch of fighters in this locker room, guys that aren't going to give up, just give it 100% till the final horn sounds. And we did that against Iowa, and then we did that again today. Just did anything possible to find a way to win.
We got a bunch of dudes who are gritty, tough, and just want to play the game the right way. And when we win, it's a great feeling, and I like playing with the dudes in our locker room. That's for sure. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'll play with these guys anywhere. It doesn't matter if it's hardwood, blacktop, anything. I'll play with them anywhere.
Whatever other people think is fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but like I said, we have a group of guys in that locker room that believe and that are going to fight to the very end until you tell us we can't play any more basketball. And we're just going to find a way to get it done. I mean, it doesn't matter what people perceive our talent level to be or this, that, or the other. We're going to find a way to compete, and I think we've shown what we're capable of.
I know something about winning championships, and at Zimbrick Buick and GMC, you have one. Zimbrick Buick's tradition of customer care dates back to 1965.
And Zimbrick continues to provide each of our customers with high-quality personal service you can rely on.
I'm part of the Zimbrick Buick and GMC team, and you should be too.
Who needs this modern world? I can live just fine out here without the road rage and boy bands. Of course, I might miss my Charter HD with football on ESPN and Walking Dead on AMC. Just ESPN, AMC, Shark Week on Discovery HD, and Comedy Central HD. But that's it. Except for HBO HD.
Charter now has over 100 HD channels and more brilliant HD shows on demand than ever. Get Charter HD for only $29.99 a month when you bundle.
We are pioneers, pathfinders, trailblazers. Every day we explore the biological frontier in search of a cure for cancer, inventing treatments, establishing protocols, bettering humankind. We are the world-class physicians, researchers, and healthcare professionals at the University of Wisconsin Carbone Cancer Center, Wisconsin's only NCI-designated comprehensive cancer center. UW Health. Remarkable.
This is the 75th anniversary of the NCAA basketball tournament. And throughout the course of the college basketball season, each of the championship teams is being recognized with a piece of art. Our Ashley Hearn tells us that the Badgers were recognized for that 41 championship squad earlier this week when Wisconsin hosted Iowa.
In 75 years of college basketball, there have only been 35 different national champions. One of them was Wisconsin, the 1941 squad coached by Bud Foster. To celebrate 75 years of college basketball, the NABC commissioned one-of-a-kind paintings to honor each national champion. Wisconsin's was presented at halftime of the Iowa game by artist Opie Otterstedt.
I've always been a big sports fan, and I had very wise teachers along the way, like writers are. You write what you know, you write what you're passionate about, and I was a big sports fan, and so I started painting sports. The NABC, the National Association of Basketball Coaches, were the people that kind of came up with the whole idea. This project in particular is unique in opposed to anything I've ever done before. 75 paintings in roughly 15 months total, and it's one every 4 days on average. The pieces for the NCAA are acrylic on canvas with palette knife, no brush. If I tend to use brush, I tend to be too detail-oriented. I tend to make it look too much like a photo and not enough like a painting. And I like my work to look painterly, and I think the palette knife helps me loosen up a little bit. Originally, they were going to feature each coach, and as we went along, it seemed a good idea to start putting players into them. And Wisconsin was actually the first team that said, why don't you put in the whole starting five? And so I said, well, if you get me the whole starting five, we'll paint the whole starting five. And Well, there they are. That game was played in Municipal Stadium in Kansas City, Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City. And the trophy is actually, it's funny seeing two guys hold the trophy. That's a heavy trophy. So I always thought, well, it looks a little lighter than it probably actually is, but everyone looks pretty happy, and Coach Bud Foster didn't smile a whole lot, so finding pictures of him actually in full smile was a little difficult. Working on 1 year, and you can really focus on learning about that year, as opposed to, in John Wooden's case, I had to focus on a whole decade plus of time, and that's a lot different. I get to paint all 5 guys plus the coach instead of having to just turn out 5 paintings of just the coach. Now, I pride myself on being a history guy, but my basketball knowledge really stopped probably in the mid-'70s. And so digging back before then, not only did I learn about specific teams and specific great coaches, great players, but I also learned about the history of the sport and how it evolved. And it's really quite fascinating. Because of the research, each team means a lot to me. Each school, each painting means a lot to me. And so I don't want to let anyone down. I want to be on time, and I want each one to grab the attention of that particular school to say, hey, we did this. Although in this case it was a long time ago, it's worthy of being remembered. So when people go by the trophy cabinets and see that particular trophy, they think, you know what, that means something. That's really special. I've probably watched more college basketball this year than I ever have before. And in fact, the Indiana unveilings were the night that you guys came in and upset Indiana at their place. So it was a really quiet building as they left. But it's great to see all the schools and the school spirit that everyone has, and then following especially the Big Ten, because they're so strong from 1 down to about 7. So watching a lot of the games, even though I don't have to, it's been a lot of fun.
Your business is at a crossroads. The phone company wants to convince you their outdated T1 and DSL internet can get the job done. But the truth is, Charter Business Internet is over 15 times faster than DSL. So don't settle for phone company status quo. Take the smarter road. Charter Business. Can your business afford not to switch? Call or go online today and get the fastest business internet for the price.
When you buy Wisconsin dairy products, your hard-earned dollar brings you more than just the quality and great taste you know and love. It supports the dairy industry, which in turn reinvests that money back into your community, resulting in better public services, abundant recreation opportunities, and a beautiful place to call home. In all, dairy contributes $26.5 billion to Wisconsin's economy, and eventually comes back to benefit you. To learn more, visit youtube.com/dairyimpactwisconsin.
The buzzer beaters, the high school tournaments, the conference titles, truly the court of champions. Parker Street Productions LLC has acquired pieces of the basketball court used at the Kohl Center from 1998 until 2008, now making them available to you. 61 teams walked off this court with a trophy. Now you can take home your own trophy, a piece of history. Log on to courtofchampions.com today.
What light does gets in your head. You can't avoid it. You can't escape it. Because what light does weighs on you. Do what light does in the 7.9-ounce Audi 05 Star.
The Badger Sports Report with Bo Ryan is brought to you by Zimbrick Buick GMC, Coca-Cola, Charter Communications, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, Adidas, and UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
This week's Great Dane Great Question of the Week comes from John in Janesville, an observant Badger fan he is. Coach, he wants to know about that extra coaching help that you have received. Well, I guess we could put help in quotes here, but somebody that you know and love and respect Coach Rainey, Ron Rainey, back in this week. That doesn't hurt to have another coach.
No, it doesn't. He came in here with a nice tan because he lives in Myrtle Beach and he had great weather. So he decided to come up, he said, to help us with free throws. He was a great free throw shooter in college and in high school. And I, as you said, my former coach, I played for him in high school and college. But he really knows the game. He knows about technique. He knows, and he's a steadying influence on our players. He kind of unnerves me most of the time, but with the players, he's pretty good. But it's great to have him around. He's in his 70s now, but he's looking fit. He's in shape, and hopefully he's enjoying his trip here at Wisconsin. But he's a great teacher, and hopefully he's going to spend some more time with us.
13 of 14 in the overtime with a foul line against Iowa. So
yeah,
Coach
that's
Rainey,
right. So yeah, he is taking credit for
That's
that.
right, very much.
Thanks, John.
John, we thank you for your question. The Great Dane with 4 locations in Madison on the east side of town, downtown, Fitchburg, as well as Hilldale. Coach Ryan's radio show resumes Monday night, 7 o'clock at the Great Dane Hilldale. And of course, as I hope you know by now, there's a Great Dane up in Wausau as well. Badgers on the road Thursday night, taking on the Minnesota Golden Gophers, a 6 o'clock tip Central Time, and then it's right back to the Kohl Center for a Sunday noon game against Ohio State. Join us next week as the Big Ten season continues. Thanks for watching.
Hi, this is Bo Ryan, inviting you to join the Badger Basketball Booster Club. As a member of the Booster Club, you will have the opportunity to participate in a variety of great events, including pregame chalk talks, golf outings, and an away game bus trip. The Boosters have always played a key role in the success of our basketball program. For additional information on joining the club, please call 608-265-6161. There is no better way to show your support for our student athletes than to join the Badger Basketball Boosters.
The Learfield Sports Directors Cup is the crowning achievement in college athletics, awarded annually to the nation's best overall program in each division, both women's and men's sports. Celebrating its 20th anniversary, the Learfield Sports Directors Cup proudly honors exceptional student athletes and their schools. To follow your favorite team, visit thedirectorscup.com. Look for standings regularly in USA Today, or follow the Learfield Sports Directors Cup on Twitter or Facebook. The Learfield Sports Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
Where others saw limits, we found a key to feeding a hungry planet. Where others thought big, we proved the power of small. Where others saw a frozen desert, we discovered a lens into the heart of the universe. Since 1848, thinkers and achievers at Wisconsin have fearlessly sought ideas that transform the world. Keep on, Wisconsin. Keep on.